So what got you to the holistic message from the traditional red pill message?
So I committed myself to the traditional red pill message. Couple of years, university experience, actually started being able to like date girls, sleep around and stuff. And it was at the end of just after university, I went into like the real world, and suddenly I realized I was not prepared for this. I hadn't been like working, even though the red pill did talk about this, I didn't really work on like the sort of finance success side. All I focused on was like the physique and getting girls. So when I did graduate from university, I graduated with a psychology degree, but it was a third honors. So it's pretty much like, it's useless, honestly. You can't use that to get any kind of job. And suddenly overnight, I go from like this party boy, red pill student to just unemployed and broke and like no credentials to get employed or anything. And so when I do start like, working some like low level jobs, customer service, very, very low wage, 17.5K a year, full time, even more than full time. It was 9-hour shifts per day. Worst mental health in my life. I didn't really know what mental health was just at the time. It was not talked about that often. And someone who did speak about it back in the day, if you remember, like Terry Crews or anything, it was kind of like this weird thing you didn't totally understand. It was like, oh yeah, like, some guys get this thing, but like it didn't hit me up until like I was already months into this, up until I was crying most days. It's the story I always tell that like I would wake up and it'd be dark outside. It's in the UK, so it's usually dark. Wake up early, go to the gym, like literally commute, freezing cold outside, pitch black outside, get onto this tram. In the city I lived, we had like this public transport, and I had been attacked in a similar kind of public transport just a few years earlier. So every single day there'd be like this element of like PTSD, anxiety. I'd go to work sweaty because I had like this very unique experience. Like racist guys tried to attack me because of the 2018 Manchester bombing, and taking the tram into work, go there early, so I'm there at like 6:30 a.m, work out, do the whole 9-hour shift, 1 hour unpaid lunch, £8.41 per hour, so the whole day is like 60 something pounds. Finish at 6:30, literally like walking so fast I've got shin splints because you wear the work shoes and the tram stops like 20 minutes away, but if I get there in like 18 minutes, then I can get on the earlier tram and I save like 10 minutes to go back home. And it was always on the tram home, you're just packed next to people because I'm going at the same time as everyone else, and there's usually like every now and then there was like some homeless guy screaming and just scary shit happening. Eventually get off the tram, start in this like dark alleyway towards my apartment. Always break down. Honestly, 3-4 times a week, burst into tears in like this dark place. And the story I always tell is like, it's so dark that anyone who's walking there at this time, 7 p.m, would put the flashlight on their phone, so they can walk safely. There might be like some stuff on the floor or whatever. And I literally just would walk it without it. I would just fully walk it like pitch black. You genuinely can't see anything, just because like I didn't want anyone to see me because I'd literally have tears down my face, anxious as hell. You see my apartment, I'm like trying to look through, like out my window because I had a girlfriend. Like, oh, she cheated on me. Like, just anxious, like, just paranoid, just terrible mental health. Imagine like every single day looking through the apartment thinking like, is there a guy fucking her right now? Like this was the thoughts I was getting. Go up, wipe the tears away in the elevator, and like, yep, I'm normal. Yep, let's smoke weed for the rest of the night. That's gonna help. Yeah, so that was like a day in the life, which I was working at this point. So terrible mental health. COVID happens, entrepreneurship, everything. I'm starting to like just about look into online income. And on Reddit, not on the red pill, but just on a normal page, I see some people talking about this free online course you can take called The Science of Wellbeing. And they're saying, oh, it's really good. It's about mental health. It's really good in these times of COVID when, everyone's mental health is getting a bit worse. Take the course. Fantastic. I think it's the most popular course online, like just ever. I think it's one of those like top 5 or something. And it's called The Science of Wellbeing, and it's on the website Coursera. Completely free. It's from like this university in America. Amazing. It just tells you the science of like mental health, essentially. And I'm watching it like, whoa, this is exactly what I need. And so she breaks in what actually makes us feel happy and fulfilled. And it turns out it was none of the things that I had like believed for most of my life. It's not even like, all right, so we kind of know, okay, it's not money. It's not, some big house or material possessions like cars. We kind of knew that, right? But the things that I thought it would be, which was that it would be marriage. Even marriage doesn't significantly increase happiness. It would be building the perfect body. Even literally working so hard on your body, which was my main thing, doesn't even increase your happiness. When I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, like hedonic adaptation is this thing where like, once you've got it, it's just, you get used to it. So it's like, there isn't many things that actually make you happy, even though we kind of believe we do. Like our belief about what would make us happy or what would not is very wrong. And when there's been studies where they'll take people's perceived happiness after an event and actually put them through the event, it's no win. So for example, students think they'll be unhappy if they get a bad grade. But actually the science shows like their happiness doesn't even go down by like 5%. It's so insignificant if they get a bad grade. And after like 3 days, it just goes back to baseline anyway. There's only like literally 4 things that change someone's happiness, and they're all about mental health. They're gratitude, presence, social connection, and kindness. And then like some physical health things, like obviously you need good sleep and diet. So I learned that stuff, and this is when I started to realize, oh, this is a huge hole that I've never looked at in my life. This was what I was lacking. Focus on meditation, gratitude journaling, and my life changed forever after that.